Being a CAC's, kind of changed my life, man, really. I left that industry and went full-time into my business and water features 2 years ago. So being on my own for the last 2 years, it's very rewarding, it's very, time-consuming and stressful, but I love my job, right? Like, this is where I want to be. All the stress, all that hard work, it's totally worth it in the end. When you get that response from the customer, you see it from start to finish, recreating Mother Nature and ecosystem. It's awesome. I love it.
The CAC program is amazing because you're just surrounding yourself with the best of the best in the industry. When I first started building water features, I digress. I wasn't building water features. I was a landscaper, still landscaper. Been horticulturist for 28 years now. And I found this little preformed pond in my customer's yard, and she said, "Hey, do you clean ponds?" And I said, "Sure." I was broke. In that moment, when I literally fell in love with water, it was the coolest thing ever. And then, since I was now a pond guy, I found another water feature, and it was an aquascape water feature. I never found any other water features, so I found that from the beginning, and it was simple, it was straightforward, they stayed clean, and understood how to use it. So why would you go to anybody else when you have a proven system that works, and you have the support like no other, and then you have the tribe? It's a no-brainer. That's why I use Aquascape.
Before Aquascape, I was actually messing around with a product called Savio, and I was able to find them off of a website called Half Off Ponds, and just the price point was where it was at as far as just being able to make a profit on the side, because I didn't expect it to take off like this. But then after doing all the research, I knew that Aquascape's products was better. They're rotational molded. You're not going to have the cracking in the winter. Just the biological load that their skimmers can handle versus the Savios is tremendous. Just the water flow in through the skimmer, it's just a night and day difference. And being able to actually see the difference when using Savio hands-on and then making that switch to Aquascape, night and day difference. And like they tell you, might be a little more expensive, but it'll sell itself.
So I found Aquascape online, and with Aquascape you have so many YouTube videos and everything, training. I really like how maintenance friendly all of Aquascape's products are. And then, they're taking the time, they're investing in new products each year. As each pandemonium comes around, the excitement around what's going to come out this year, just to better the industry, to make our clients happy, and at the end of the day, we want them to enjoy it more than have to service it.
The tribe has been tremendous. I mean, from day one, Greg reached out and seeing the work and wanted me to come out to the academy. And then coming out to the academy, I was able to meet a bunch of other amazing CACs out here. Literally within the first week of getting back, I was able to call J. Elizabeth Duke and get some information from him. And then Mark Helms out over near us as well, and he's been super informative. Anytime I have a question, he's right there to answer the phone call. And then Frank Fink's been great as well. We've been doing some projects with him, and just being able to bounce ideas off of each other has been tremendous. And if I feel like I'm being overwhelmed, I can always call any of them, and I know for a fact that they'll show up with a whole army of people.
16 to 18 years, something like that with Aquascape, and it's unbelievable. I can contact like 40 different people at Aquascape and they'll answer and get back to you. And I know that's not how it starts when you first get into it, but that's kind of the weird part. I have no relationship with that. We do a lot of paver work, we do a lot of landscaping, outdoor lighting. In no other industry do I have that ability for every single person in the company to stop what they're doing and get back to me. So, and that just comes with over the years of coming to Pondo, meeting people from Aquascape, creating a bond, and from that you spur these conversations, and all of a sudden you got an extra little resource, a little behind the scenes. So, but even if you haven't been here, they're just easy. They want to see you succeed. So, love the resources.
We've been brought up in different industries where if training's available, you take advantage of that training. So that's what we do. Some people ask me, well, why don't you use this company's product? Why don't you use this company's product? It's cheaper, it's less money. So I can save $30 on a $30,000 job. It makes absolutely 0 sense to me. How much support do I have with that company? Not a whole lot. I'm not only part of a tribe here, but I'm part of a family. So you're able to pick up the phone. You don't have to call them between 9 and 5. You can call them at 6 or 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. So Aquascape is solid, and like I said, it's become our family, not just friends, not just business, it's family.
When I came to the academy, emphasized this is a tribe, this is a industry like no other. There's no real competition. Everyone wants to help each other, teach others, especially those up and coming. And that's really rung true, especially with the people that I've reached out to. I reached out to a local CAC up in New Hampshire a few months back, basically just described who I am, what I'm looking to do, and I just offered to work alongside him to gain some knowledge and experience at no charge to him. Sent him some pictures and videos of my work that I had done, and minutes later he was calling me, and we had a great conversation for about 45 minutes, and we had a plan that I would come up and work alongside him and learn from some of the best. It's amazing. They give you all the tools to be successful. You just have to apply what they've developed and learned in the 30-something years that they've been in business, and yeah, it's amazing. So that was one of the inspirations of becoming a CAC. It's an elite class of high-quality contractors that do top-notch work, and it's very motivational.
What's helped me most with my business has probably been the support of guys like Chris and Anthony, our regional aquascape reps, even up to Ed. Even though I've only been around for 2 years, I had brought a special project to him this past January, and he grabbed hold of it and took it and actually brought it to Aquascape's attention so that we could get some help with it. The best part about it is, again, all the help that we get. Literally the top, even Greg, I don't want to say intervened in that specific thing, but had something to say about it, and I can't think of one other company this size that would be that involved with what is essentially a customer.